The father of 4 grown siblings passes away. His one last wish was to have his kids spend one last week under the same roof.
For the next 7 days, you are all grounded.
Along with their free-spirited mother, they will discover that being a grown-up is never easy in This Is Where I Leave You.
Hi, I'm Shawn. I'm here with Rachel and Aaron, and we're going to talk about This Is Where I Leave You, starring Jason Bateman. We've all just seen it. Rachel, would you leave this movie?
It's way better than the trailer, first of all. The trailer makes this look like the worst movie of all times. So I was expecting that. It's an okay movie. It's not the most original story at all, but the dialogue is good and the acting is well done. I think everybody works together really well. Of course, there's a bunch of big A-listers in the film. So I was pleasantly surprised.
It's not my kind of movie per se, but I think it is well made and the writing and dialogue is snappy and the ensemble cast is absurdly talented. And as a director, Shawn Levy clearly has to have some sort of impact on getting these performances out of these people, and they are all great. So I think it's good. It kind of reminded me of August Osage County, but less melodramatic.
Way later, yeah.
Yeah. It's
and actually, I enjoyed this much more because that one felt so heavy-handed.
Well, it's supposed to be. It is more dramatic, but this, it's lighter. It's more fun. The first 2 minutes of this movie, though, are so obvious. I mean,
there's some weird stuff.
You know, this is not a spoiler. Jason Bateman walks into his apartment and finds out that his wife is having an affair, and as soon as he opens the door with the cake in his hand, you're like, oh my God, his wife's having an affair.
Well, also, if you saw the trailer, you already know his wife's having an affair.
Thankfully, I didn't see that, so.
I enjoyed the movie. I do think it's not a perfect film. It's got this idea of people coming together for a funeral, which is nothing new.
I mean, I will say this. They also have a few corny moments, like Adam Driver's entrance in, a Porsche in the middle of the funeral.
Listening to Rough Riders anthem? I thought that was great.
I thought it was the most trite thing, really.
Well, he's a jerk. His character is a jerk.
But does every jerk have to ride up in the middle of a funeral in a Porsche?
Well, there's a different kind of jerk. Tina Fey's husband is also a jerk, and he's just on his phone.
He's a jerk, and that's understated.
The first act is shortchanged because they want to introduce everybody and just sort of get things moving. I did find a lot of scenes were played as just, we're going to be dysfunctional for dysfunctional's sake. You know, things are kind of going from 0 to 60 with the family dynamic, when it doesn't really feel genuine, like they're not really a genuine family, they're just doing these moments because the movie wants them to have those moments. I felt like there were several of those.
You need to put a baby in that woman, like yesterday.
I'm working on it.
Have you had your man parts checked yet?
Come on, not now.
Because you may have emptied them over the years. My room is next to yours.
I agree with what you were saying. Some of the moments are a little ridiculous, but then again, I'm okay with it because all the characters are really ridiculous. All these people are very silly, and I think it works, and the performances from everybody help support that.
Yeah, I believed all of the family dynamics for the most part. You know, Jane Fonda as the mom felt very much like the mom, and she wasn't too over the top.
This was your father's dying wish and you're negotiating? No! Your father had one final request and we are gonna honor it. It's gonna be hard, it's gonna be uncomfortable, and we're gonna get on each other's nerves. But for the next 7 days, you are all my children again.
So I love Tina Fey, and I was so happy to get to see her in this movie in a more dramatic role for her. I realize this is a comedy. But, you know, she gets to cry. She gets to be not self-deprecating for once.
She cries a little bit. The crying is kind of like the fakest part,
The beginning crying is a little fake, I thought. But the end part, I really felt like she was connecting with these other characters. She was getting to be a substantial person who doesn't, you know, spill milk on herself. I just enjoyed getting to see her rise to the occasion.
Plenty of those ridiculous moments.
But she's more competent, and that was lovely to see. And then I loved watching her riff off of Jason Bateman. They have a couple of moments where it's just like sibling rivalry, you know.
And they've never worked together before, which was actually kind of cool.
Oh my God, will you just take the call?
No, butt out, please.
This is crazy enough without you keeping your divorce a secret. I mean, who does that?
Quiet. Her mother's sitting right next to me.
If you can't tell your family, then who?
I would rather tell anyone. Anyone else, actually. God, why don't you go upstairs and take a nap?
You know what? I can't do this anymore. Because this is already like a new record for me, keeping my mouth shut.
Seriously, put that down.
You are stressed out and you're grieving. So you tell them,
how much I hate you. I will pinch you.
So, John, where is that beautiful wife of yours?
She's gone.
I genuinely liked everyone. Like, I grew to like everyone in the movie, and I think all of their performances are good. I think from a casting standpoint, it's boring. I just thought that it was very safe. It's like, oh, we need somebody who's going to be the neutral character in a family of dysfunctional people. Let's get Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
Why? Because he was in Arrested Development? I guess so. I mean, he's kind of playing the same character again. Adam Driver, it's like bread and butter for Adam Driver right now.
As the jerk, like just...
It's not exciting, but it's effective, yeah.
I feel like this film is a good movie that could have been a lot better.
I mean, if you, as an audience member, want to see this kind of movie, then you're going to get everything that you want out of this movie.
So this is not the most original movie, but it's miles better than the trailer made it look like it would be, and it's very sweet and chuckle-worthy, so I'm giving it a stream it.
This Is Where I Leave You could have left a lot more, but it is heartfelt and engaging, so I give it a see it.
Audiences who have an interest in this movie will enjoy it. It's nothing groundbreaking, but it is a see it.
All right, our votes add up to 2.5 tickets, which is a see it for This Is Where I Leave You. Cheers.
Cheers. No one's going anywhere. Sit Shiva. Sit Shiva. Don't leave.
Here? This is where it's happening?
Peach. I could eat a peach for hours.